On screen. Title: Cromwell Tank, Britain's Fast and Furious World War II Cruiser. Narrator, voiceover. The Cromwell tank, fast, agile, and revolutionary. It wasn't the heaviest or most armored, but it was one of Britain's best tanks of World War II. Today, we're diving into the story behind the Cromwell cruiser tank, its design, its battles, and why it still stands out in the history of armored warfare. Cut to archival footage of Cromwell tanks rolling through the countryside. Narrator. By the early 1940s, British tank doctrine was evolving. The days of slow, infantry support tanks like the Matilda II were fading. Britain needed something faster, a cruiser tank that could keep up with the pace of modern warfare. On screen. Blueprints and sketches of early Cromwell designs. Narrator. Enter the Cromwell. Officially known as the Cruiser Mk8, it was the first British tank to combine good speed, reasonable armor, and a powerful enough gun, all thanks to a breakthrough in engine design. On screen. Close-up photo of Rolls-Royce Meteor engine. Narrator. The secret. The Rolls-Royce Meteor engine, a detuned version of the famous Merlin aircraft engine used in Spitfires and Hurricanes. This powerhouse gave the Cromwell speeds of up to 40 miles per hour on roads, nearly double what earlier tanks could manage. Cut to side-by-side visuals of Cromwell and older Matilda tanks. Narrator. Compared to its predecessors, the Cromwell was a game-changer. It weighed around 28 tons, featured armor up to 76 mm thick, and was armed with a 75 mm gun, capable of firing both high-explosive and armor-piercing rounds. On screen. Battle map of Normandy, June 1944. Narrator. The Cromwell first saw significant action during the Normandy campaign in 1944, supporting British and Commonwealth forces after D-Day. It was fast and maneuverable, perfect for reconnaissance and exploitation roles. On screen. Footage of tanks advancing through hedgerows and French villages. Narrator. In open country, the Cromwell could really stretch its legs, outrunning German panzers in some cases. But it had drawbacks. The armor wasn't thick enough to stand up to powerful German 88 mm guns, and the 75 mm gun struggled against heavier Tiger and Panther tanks. Cut to interview clip with military historian or reenactor. Historian. The Cromwell wasn't designed to slug it out with the Tigers. It was a cruiser, meant to move quickly, outflank, scout, and support infantry. In that role, it was excellent. On screen. Tank duels, Cromwells in formation, dramatic background music builds. Narrator. In the later stages of the war, Cromwells were often used by elite units like the British 7th Armoured Division, the famous Desert Rats. Their speed made them ideal for breakthroughs and lightning assaults across Europe. On screen. 3D animation of Cromwell tank with labels for key parts: gun, tracks, armor, engine. Narrator. So how did the Cromwell stack up against other tanks of the war? It wasn't the most heavily armed, and couldn't take on a Tiger head-to-head, but it was fast, reliable, and versatile. Unlike some Allied tanks, it rarely broke down, and crews appreciated its roomy interior and strong engine. On screen. Cromwell at a modern museum, people taking pictures. Narrator. Today, surviving Cromwells can be found in museums and reenactments across Europe. They're a symbol of British engineering ingenuity and a reminder that speed and mobility were just as important as firepower in modern warfare. Outro music fades in. Narrator. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Cromwell tank, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more World War II military history. Got a favorite tank? Let us know in the comments below. End screen. Subscribe button, video suggestions, background image of Cromwell tank. Would you like a version formatted as a blog article instead of a video script?